Yo, what's happening, people? All right, then. So we've had a very interesting day today with Bitcoin and Ethereum's projections playing out. So let's get straight to it. All right, yo, what's good? Okay, so earlier on today, everyone was just still in that mode of panic. No one knew where Bitcoin was going to go, where Ethereum was going to go. Everyone's just anticipating price to break down. But there are a series of things that were happening with price that were effectively giving clues as to why it could potentially break to the upside. All right, so let's go through them. This was Bitcoin earlier on today. So, UK time, it says 7 o'clock here. All right, but I'm not sure if that is right because of the daylight saving. No, it was actually 5 to 6. All right, so this platform here is set for Helsinki. All right, so it was around about 6 p.m. UK time. Bitcoin dropping down to the lows. Notable volume on the 15-minute time frame. We thought that this was the first W formation that was going to send price back up. All right, but market makers weren't finished with the zone. All right, drop in price. Formed the W formation. Major pin to the low. Brings price back up. Retrace. Small W formation. Rise up. Hits the 200-day moving average. Pulls back. Now, the important thing to remember is this. When the moving averages come together, all right, look at all three of the main averages here. The 200-day is the white line. 800-day is the blue. And the baby blue is the 50-day moving average with the Bollinger Bands as the cloud around it. All right. When they come together, you know something's going to happen. All right. Now, am I saying that I know that price was going to go up to the upside? Well, I'm not saying that I knew it was going to go to the upside, but I projected that if it does go to the upside, it would hit these zones right here. So the 57,411 and the 58,532. All right. Now, the only reason why I took these levels here is because when you look back at price, you can see these red candles. Can you see the red candle zone right there and there? Let me bring it forward for you so you can understand where I'm going with this. Can you see that there? Red candle, and red candle right there. Those are previous areas that the market makers started buying. Okay, that's where they started. Whoa, that's where they started buying. Okay. Oh man, what a long day. So that's where they were getting long orders. All right, at lower prices in anticipation to close them at a higher point later on. Now, the stimulus checks were due to come out today. All right. Now, are we saying that that's the reason why price moved up? Maybe. However, what you need to understand is why was the zone held? Why didn't it break down? This is what you need to ask yourself, which tells you that the market makers, they knew what was going to happen. They knew people would start filling price into Bitcoin, putting money into Bitcoin and start buying it. So they used that as an opportunity to move the market. Everyone was just talking about Bitcoin going to the downside, Ethereum going down to the downside. Everyone was setting up limit orders at these low, wild prices. Granted, it may even actually go down to the downside. But at this point in time, we projected these two zones, and those two zones came out to play. So let's see what happened. There's the first part. The first part of the Bitcoin's move. So you can see notable volume coming in. All right. This is what you need to be careful of. Shift candle confirming that the where is it? The M2 zone is support. It's been confirmed. Look at it tap here. Tap 1. Tap 1, 2, 3. 3 pins to the low. Up it goes. So you could see a small W formation here. Okay. Price rises up, takes out the M3. All right. Now, this is what happened with Bitcoin in real time. That's Ethereum. We'll come to that in a sec. There she is. So you can see that the level has been is near enough going to get hit. Okay. But the first projection point, 57411, has been taken out. And the M4 is due to be taken out too, with the 58,532 zone getting hit. All right. What do we understand about this, guys? Simple. You're waiting for the pattern. This is the move that we've been waiting for. They've been holding the zone and now they've broken out. I'm expecting price to retrace at least to come back and test the M3 or somewhat close towards the 50-day and the 200-day moving average. You can see that the 50-day now wants to cross over and break the 200. Once it crosses over, you would say that we do have a golden cross, but that's not really what I'm interested in. You got to remember, the 50-day on the 15-minute time frame is actually the 13-day EMA on the hourly. All right? So if we drop down to the hourly, what do we see? You can see how beautiful that move was to the upside. Completely took the zone out. And if we do zoom out a little bit, you will find that the pattern, let me get it drawn for you correctly. If you take the top right here, you've effectively got the pattern. So that would be your breakout. Now, granted, you could have taken an advanced entry, which was right there. You know, when price confirmed to close above the 200-day and the 50-day. Look, it did it. All right. Entry on the start of this candle, and that candle would have taken you out of the zone. All right. But now what we're looking for is we're looking for a retrace continuation to the upside. So I'm still projecting for 64.74, and hopefully we hit the 65 mark, because the Asian session high and low, the true psychological zones at the start of the week, are now in sight. This effectively is going to act like a magnet for price. So they're going to push price effectively to that zone. W formation formed at the 200-day and the 50-day moving average. Now, a lot of people were doubting the system yet again, and I don't understand why they do that. Just because price is forming a pattern, you are becoming doubtful of it. Why? Because you're not entering into a trade. There's no action. The idea is to be able to sit tight, wait for the pattern, play the pattern, and get paid. You know? So, that's Bitcoin on the hourly. We've discussed what she's done on the 15-minute time frame. There we go. You can see what she's doing on the 50-minute time frame. Granted, what you can see right now is price should return back to these green candle zones here, all right, as a reset. And when it drops down, it will match to the 50-day moving average, and then we should hopefully see a rise, which is what we've got now, a retrace, a continuation to the upside. Remember, this is the 15-minute time frame, so we're expecting a smaller cycle downside and then a rise to the upside continuation, all right? So that's Bitcoin. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Same story. Let's bring up the pictures. Ethereum. So that was Ethereum on the hour chart. All right. You can see just stuck in a dead zone. Now, whether or not the news for the stimulus checks played a role, the fact is that they held price in this zone. Look at them accumulating longs. Big vector candles right there. All right. I was waiting for them to break price down. I had my projection down here. If it comes back down to this zone, we're still okay. But I was expecting Ethereum to come down ever so slightly and then continue back to the upside. So I did set the 1831 as price projection point 1. And we also have the M5 zone as the next price projection point, where 1876. Still waiting for 1946 to play out. Why? Because 1946, if we go to the actual chart itself, 1946 is a previous high that we obtained or longs at a high price. Where was it? Here we go. Right up there. That's where we started the games for longs. It actually shouldn't be that price. It should be. No, it's 2000. Sorry, 1946. Right there. If you can see it. Can you see right there? That is the zone right there. What they started getting longs at lower prices. So they triggered the market. Down they went. Absorbed all the longs to the downside. Brought price back up, dropped it again, and now we are in the hour zone, breaking out of the 50-day. Now we're looking to come back and retest it, continuation to the upside to take out the M5. So now we're at the retrace zone. All right, this is what we want. We want price to retrace away back to the 50-day moving average. Then it's going to form a support level and then continuation to the upside. There we go. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for price to go back into this zone. It's so important that it goes back into this zone because that's the zone that starts the week. Notice red candle right here. Projection read 1900 potential. All right. Okay, let me bring it back down to the 15-minute time frame. How can we break down Ethereum there? All right then. So this was the first clue that they had interest in sending price higher. Notice the big red candle that just broke down the 50-day, induced everybody to go short, and then they snapped price back up with the white candle there. All right. It closed above the 50-day moving average and the 5 and the 13 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. Remember, guys, these moving averages on the 15-minute time frame imply that a move may or may not last that long. All right. The longer move is on the hour time frame. All right. So what are we waiting for now? Well, we're waiting for this move. Okay. Because the W has now had price break away from it, we are now expecting the first move to, the first retrace consolidation. All right. So we need price to come down here. And by coming down there, we are effectively forming level 1. So this is where level 1 ends. This is where level 1 finishes. And then by the time the retrace is complete, this is where level 2 starts. Level 2 needs to then break out to the upside, take out the previous high. And then once it makes a high, we wait for it to start, which is then level 2 end. When it comes back down to consolidation mode, level 3 start. Then when level 3 starts, it will go up. And then it will take the higher high at the top, form an M formation. That is when level 3 ends, peak formation, drop. That's what we're expecting. And that's the same with Bitcoin as well. We're waiting for both Ethereum and Bitcoin to finalize level 1 because we've got the peak formation here. We're now waiting for the first rise and consolidation to create the level 1 cycle. All right, cool. Same with Bitcoin. Rise, we're waiting for the retrace, come back down, continuation to the upside to form level 2 cycle to the upside. All right, perfect.